All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry for the interruption. Something keeps happening. Computer shutting down. Who knows? Maybe it's somebody blocking me. Could be. It could be I just yanked the dang cord right out of the microphone. So my apologies. I'm not a professional at this, but I do my best. Now, keep in mind that all the things that we say tonight on this channel is speculation and just theories. We have no idea if it's the truth or not. Once again, my apologies. I accidentally ripped the cord out of the microphone, I believe. Now, let's get back to what we were talking about. A young lady posted some information. Let's take a look at that information one more time, which is states of comments on his family. James Greeno is asking questions. Now, here is the thing. With so many fake accounts and fake phones, it is possible that James Greeno is actually Anthony Greeno. We really don't know yet, right? Because we don't have all the data. But actually, James Greeno, which supposedly is a family member of Anthony Greeno, is asking a question right now in this message here that he posted on Facebook, asking if anyone has seen Mr. Anthony Rene Greeno on February 13th. Hello, Mrs. Debbie Fox. My apologies. I keep messing up. I'm not a professional here, okay? I'm doing my best. I'm learning from these great ladies and men in some of these great crime channels. But now this documentation right here shows Mr. Anthony, let me get a close-up there, James Greeno, is asking questions and asking people if they knew where Anthony Greeno was on February 13th, 2017. Now let's ask Mr. Greeno this question. Mr. Greeno, where were you on February 13th, 2017? Now, I am going to fast forward this video, which this video is by a great creator, a young lady that just started posting stuff. Her channel is Truth Be Told. Ladies and gentlemen, go check it out. Great little lady, great little creator. Now, let's get back to facts. Now, we're going to ask Mr. Greeno, where were you, Mr. Greeno, on that day? Now, people are saying that his family commented right here that Mr. actually, they're looking for him and wanted to know if anyone knew where he was. Someone asked, where was he that day? And in the comment, they reply, he was in Delphi. Okay, now we're going to ask Mr. Greeno, where were you on this day, Mr. Greeno? Now, hold on 1 minute. Let's play here.
And that really drew my interest into it because it's like, you know what? I was in Delphi that day.
Mr. Greeno was in Delphi that day from what he is saying. That is what Mr. Greeno is saying on camera with a great crime channel, which was Cat. And I always liked Michael Cat, although Michael Cat said he was also questioned in the Delphi case. When I seen Michael Cat, the hat he always wore, he always reminded me of Seals and Croft, a great music band, which he passed away, God rest his soul. Now, let's get back to this. So, Mr. Greeno, people have been asking, questioning. So, who is Emily Ann? Emily Ann was a girl that Greeno used to date. She came up dead, supposedly. Now, we don't know if that's true, but she came up dead. Emily Ann also is a fake account that Keegan Kline was using to bait girls in. So, is there a connection there? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Anthony Greeno was dating the same woman that Keegan Kline knew, and it was an account that was being used of Emily Ann. Okay. Now, supposedly Greeno dated this woman. She came up dead. He posted on people's comments or videos uh, that the young lady's mother, uh, Emily Ann or something, or her family member's head should be put on sticks. And yeah, very, very troubling, disturbing things. And now let's move on to some other things of where Mr. Anthony Greeno was. Uh, Here, a statement is saying that Mr. Greeno claims to have secrets that he will never expose, and also makes claims they took his phone. Now, this is true. The authorities did take Mr. Greeno's phone. Maybe Greeno did have information, and Greeno himself, the super crime fighter, did have information, very, very good information, but that information was given to the wrong person, actually, possibly the perp himself, which would make sense the way Mr. Doug Carter was talking, looking around the room, right? So we know that Mr. Greeno has connections with police. His family is in police, supposedly. They are Odins, right? He's talking about it's Odins, these guards, these police officers that belong to Odins, which his family members are police officers. So, Mr. Greeno, I would state that your family are Odinist, but we won't talk about that right now. Now let's go further into this. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. And once again, on this channel, there are only speculations and theories. We have no idea who Mr. Greeno is, much like the madman himself, Mr. Ernie Shell, which some say he could be a dog. I'm not sure. He chases cars down a highway. I'm not sure. Okay, who is? Let's see. I can't help but question who is the second person using Emily Ann's account. Now, see, Emily Ann was a lady that Greeno dated, but also might have had connections with who? Keegan Klein account, a catfishing account. Now, let's ask some more questions here. Did you know anything about this stuff, Mr. Greeno? Anything? Your own words, please.
This is the deal here, everybody. I don't think that I've ever had contact with the Kleins. I know the Anthony Shots photograph was sent to me a long time in 2018. The photograph was sent to me of Anthony Shots.
Okay, 2018, a photograph was sent to him. He had no idea who Anthony Shots was or Keegan Klein, he is stating. Now let's continue.
Think that I do listen. I talked. So they came and wanted to talk to me about this individual. I talked to them about this individual and get.
Okay, they wanted to talk to him about that individual, whether it be Keegan Klein or Anthony Shots account. Continue, Mr. Greeno.
Gave them all the information that I had on that individual. So they went. Actually, they recorded the whole conversation. Look, you know what, man? This eventually, everybody, you guys will see.
Now look at Mr. Greeno's demeanor. Totally has changed. Very angry right now. Look at the face he's got on him. Only a face a mother could love. Look at the anger in his face. The demeanor totally changed because people are questioning him in his chat. Okay? People are questioning him in his chat and he ain't liking it. So now his demeanor has totally changed to very angry. Very angry. All right, let's continue. And he's being trolled or he's people are asking the right questions and it's triggering them. Let's continue.
This will be released eventually, I'm sure. It's part of the investigative process. Okay. My phone.
Now he just gritted his teeth, gnashing of teeth. I think the Bible speaks of something like that. Gnashing of teeth. Now let's check it out a little bit more.
Has something to do with this case.
Okay, he says the information he has in his phone has something to do with this case.
statement has something to do with this case. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I have something to do with this case, but
He says, now he comes out and says, ladies and gentlemen, he does have something to do with this case. Okay? His phone, the information that he had something to do with this case. Let's continue.
I am not a suspect.
But he said he is not a suspect. That's what he claims. That's exactly what he's claiming right now. Okay. All right. So very interesting. And here's some more documentation about Mr. Rene Greeno, 27 of Somerville, South Carolina. He claims he was born and raised in Delphi. He's from Delphi. This statement here says Rene Anthony Greeno, 27 of Somerville, South Carolina, and Tanner James Olson, 21 of West Fargo, was arrested about 11:20 a.m. Thursday at 619 5th Street, east-west of Fargo, by members of the U.S. Marshals Service High Plain Fugitives Task Force on drug cases, on drug charges, and felony warrants. All right. So if we continue back and we listen to other documentation, who is Emily, which she is the lady that ended up supposedly dead or whatever. We don't know if that's true, but also I watched the interview with Mrs. Cold Truth and Anthony Greeno's girlfriend, Crime Geek, or whoever she is in this video right here, the one with the red flannel shirt on. And I listened to that interview with her. It's very shocking. Like I said, we don't know if all this is true or not, folks. We have no idea. And that's why I keep telling a lot of these professional crime fighters, we can make all the suggestions and theories we want. We won't know the truth until court, right? Now, I imagine Mr. Greeno, being that his family supposedly are police officers in Indiana, I imagine this is how these people been evading lockup. And it very well may be Mr. Greeno has some very confidential information about this case. But what he did was wrecked it, actually, by whether being tried to be the Superman, trying to have all the power, solve the case, do whatever. You know, he said he had a child with Becky, one of the girls' mothers, that he had a child with one of the family members of Abby and Libby, and it went sour or something, or he's claimed numerous things, folks. Numerous things, right? Which is very shocking. A lot of people were shocked when he came out and said he had kids, because we were like, wait a minute, they better check them kids to make sure they're his real kids. What are we dealing with? Are we dealing with people that were inside? Very well possibly could have been a giant pedo drug club trafficking organization who finally got nabbed, and they're snapping, cracking. Were they Odins? Were they secret Illuminati or Freemasons? Whatever they were, I would suggest they probably run, because I think all hell is going to break loose. I don't think there'll be too much anyone could do about it, folks. People are very upset that this has even gone this far. They're talking, if you live in Indiana, we have all seen the news where Actually, the Indiana militia is saying that they will help the state police if needed. It's gotten that bad, folks. I imagine it's just phenomenal. Yeah, I would say they need to check all bases, cover all bases. It's an ongoing case. These people were questioned, suspect. They can get on here and say whatever they want. But the bottom line is these gentlemen had devices taken. They also were questioned in the murders of B. Greeno has stated that he had permission to do all kinds of stuff with the family. We are starting to see a lot of these YouTubers saying that they have okay by the family to do this stuff. And in the long run, the family has already put out statements about Anthony Greeno saying he's full of crap. And who would in their right mind would go to YouTube to solve a crime? I don't know. I probably would do exactly what we've been doing our whole lives. If somebody's murdered in your family, you let the police handle it and you keep your mouth shut because it's an ongoing investigation. And the whole hush hush thing, well, we blew the lid right off of it. It ain't hush hush. I don't know what they're talking. We're tired of getting attacked. We're tired of getting shook down. We're tired of getting threatened by badges. And let me tell you something, folk. We don't need no stinking badges no more. Okay? We don't need no stinking badges no more. Joking. But there you go. I don't know what you folks need. I didn't make these videos about Mr. Greeno. This information has been out for a long time. I'm trying to protect the people and some great ladies and great creators that might have just got too close. And some of you ladies, if some of us YouTubers have a theory and our suspicion is right, some of you young ladies out there on YouTube are very lucky to be alive. Very lucky to be alive. And you could have been the next victim. And there's been many girls down there. Ain't it funny that there's a lot of bodies wherever Mr. Greeno goes? I don't know. I have no idea. It ain't none of my business to know, but I can tell you this much, folks. I ain't buying your crap. Not one bit of it. Not one. And we might be looking at a giant gang that is actually on YouTube. And when someone gets too close, they divert us with masses watching their videos. It's a giant gang. I don't know what to say. I probably would say Christmas will be like no other Christmas because the skies will actually probably be lighting up because it's gone cuckoo. Illuminati. It's the Odins. It's this, it's that. How about it's just a bunch of people that put their trust in the wrong person, a crackhead or a meth head or whatever. Pressure came down on them, a little time and pressure, and they snapped. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to take anything I believe with a grain of salt. You don't have to. I'm a nut job, okay? But what I'm not is a killer, and what I'm not is a suspect in this crime, and what I am not is an abuser of any women or anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, the state rests their case, and we'll go on to the next confessions of Mr. Anthony Greeno and the other YouTubers in this world. I want to thank you all for stopping in. I see some new people here that have never been here before. I want to thank everybody that has stopped in here. Nick Marshall, I'm sorry you got timed out. You must not have liked what I was saying, but that's okay. Everyone has their right to an opinion. Now, go and check YouTube. You can see plenty of videos on me. I'm probably one of the most hated YouTubers ever on YouTube, right? But I'm still here. I'm still going. I'm one man, a small channel, and we're going to take on all the big dogs just like John Milner did in American Graffiti with the badass car. I guess we'll have to take them all on. We're just one man here. But I would suggest you folks be safe, and some of you little ladies, well, some of you little ladies should be thanking God Almighty that you're alive, because you could have been the next victim of violence and madness, because these people snap in a heartbeat. It don't take much. And when they snap big. Where was Mr. Greeno on February 13th, 2017? He was at Delphi. And I imagine there's a good chance he was probably there in the search. And after the church search, I don't know. Mr. Greeno claims he found a flip phone out there, but the police didn't want it. But yet they took Mr. Greeno's phone. Maybe Mr. Greeno did know all the information and knew who the killer was, but he wanted to be the hero, and he leaked all the information. Maybe that's why they're looking for him. He's a good creator, but the fact is he's a suspect. Now, I want to give a shout out to all the great creators out there. I have a disability, mental, but I ain't that dumb to coerce, scam, or make money off of children and their families. Now, folks, I want all of you folks to be safe. Lock your doors at night. And keep an eye on your children. For all we know, this was a revenge kill, because somebody went up against somebody that had a temper, a grudge. We're not sure. Maybe, just maybe, it was everything the police and FBI said. Some kind of a big club of pedo sickos and snuff films and meth and drugs and money and sex, prostitution. Everything our nightmares were made of. Now, thank you all for stopping in. Have a great night. Be safe. God bless. Want to give a shout out to all the great channels. We all have our own opinions, and we're sticking with what we stuck with 6 years ago. They all knew each other. The data will all show that behind the scenes, they probably knew each other. God bless you all, and have a great night. I want to give a shout out to the crazy Dutchman, Frank. Keep singing them songs, baby. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Ombeck, Psychobabble, even Nick Maniano. Oh, wait, what was his name? Nick Marshall, Ombeck, Tahoe, the eighth wonder of the world. The great Debbie Fox, the great Ombeck Pecky Peck, who dances, causes earthquakes and tsunamis all over the world. You folks have a great night. On this channel, the Delphi case is an open case. Everyone is a suspect. Patrick Scott, Brian Kohlberger, and numerous people that have killed little kids are suspect, or even young teen girls. Thank you very much, folks. Have a great night. Bear with me. I'm new at this.